Good day, students. Today we're going to create your laboratory activity for lesson 3, character formatting. So for this laboratory activity, we need your data files for laboratory activity. So for your data files for this activity, we have your letter, nutrition info, references, resume, volunteer coaches, and of course, wireless. Let's start with your project 3-1, formatting a sales letter. Starbright Satellite Radio will be sending sales letter to people who have just purchased new vehicles equipped with their radio. Add some finishing formatting touches to this letter. So get ready and launch your Word if it is not already running, and start with step number 1. Open the letter document from the data files for this lesson. So let's open our data files and then double click the document to open. Okay, now you need to click enable editing so that we can modify this document. Instruction number 2, save the document as a sales letter in the word processing project folder in your document library or in your USB flash drive. So what we're going to do is press F12 in our keyboard, and then we're going to save this as underscore sales underscore letter, and I'm going to save this in a folder which is word processing project. So word processing project. So select the folder and then click open, and then click save. Okay, so next is that we are going to go to our review and then click track changes, so that we can track the changes we made in our letter. Next, in the second paragraph, select the first sentence, Starbright Satellite. Okay, so we're going to select this one, Starbright Satellite. In the font group from the Home tab, click the bold button. So Home tab, then bold. Font group, then bold button. Instruction number 5, in the second paragraph, select the fifth sentence, Starbright also broadcast. Number 6, in the font group, click the italic button. So Home tab, font group, italic. Next, instruction number 7. In the fourth paragraph, select the first sentence, Starbright is only $10.95 a month. So Starbright is only $10.95 a month. And of course, instruction number 8, in the font group, click the bold button. So Home tab, font group, bold. Next, instruction number 9, in the second sentence of the fourth paragraph, select subscribe. And in the font group, click the change case drop down arrow and then select uppercase. So we go to Home tab and then font group, change case, and then select uppercase. Instruction number 11, with the word still selected, click bold, then deselect the text. So again, Home tab and then font group and then bold button. And of course, you need to deselect. Okay, before we end this project 3-1, we're going to add a watermark for your document. So to do that, let's go to your page layout group, watermark, and then custom watermark. And then in our printed watermark dialog box, we're going to select text watermark, and we're going to use your complete name as a text watermark. Select size of 36 and a color red. Then click OK. Next, instruction number 12, save and close the document. And to do this, let's go to your quick access toolbar and then click save button. Next, click your close button at the upper right corner of your title bar to close the document. Now we are through with your project 3-1. Let's proceed with your project 3-2. Formatting applier. So get ready and launch Word if it's not already running. And instruction number 1, open volunteers coaches from the data files for this lesson. So let's go to our data files and then select volunteer coaches, double click to open the file. Next, we're going to click Enable Editing so that we can modify the document. Instruction number 2, save the document as volunteers in the word processing project folder in your document library or in your USB flash drive. So we're going to press F12 in our keyboard, and then we're going to save this as volunteers. And then we're going to save this in your word processing project. Double click to open the folder and just click save. Next, instruction number 3, select we need you. Okay, so we're going to select we need you. Then click the drop down arrow in the font menu and then click Arial block. So we're going to Home tab, and then Font Group, and the Font drop-down menu, and then we're going to select Arial Black. Next, click the drop-down arrow in the Font Size menu and click 48. So we go to Home tab, Font Group, and then Font Size, then we're going to select 48. Next, instruction number 5, select the volunteer coaches needed for your youth sports. And click the drop-down arrow in the font menu, then click Arial Black. So, Home tab, Font Group, Font, and select Arial Black. Instruction number 6, click the drop-down arrow in the font size menu and click 18. So, Home tab, Font Group, Font Size, select 18. Instruction number 7, select Sports Include, and the 4 lines below it, click the drop-down arrow. Okay, so Sports Include, and all of these 4 lines of text below, then click the drop down arrow in the font menu, then click Calibre. So let's go to Home tab, Font Group, Font, and select Calibre. Next, click the drop down arrow in the font size menu and click 18. So Home tab, Font Group, Font Size, select 18. Next, select the 4 sport listed, then click Italic button. So we're going to select the basketball, football, baseball, and soccer, and go to Home tab, Font Group, and then select Italic. Number 9, select the 3 lines of contact information, beginning with contact Patrick Edelstein. And click the drop down arrow in the font menu and click Arial Black. So Home tab, Font Group, Font, then select Arial Black. Click the drop down arrow in the font size menu and then select 11. So Home tab, Font Group, Font Size, select 11. Select the YMCA text and then click the drop down arrow in the font color button. Then choose red from the standard colors section. Okay, so Home tab, Font Group, Font Color, and then standard color, select red. With the text still selected, click the bold button. Okay, so Home tab, Font Group, bold button. Click the drop down arrow in the font menu and select Arial Black. So Home tab, Font Group, and then Font Arial Black. Click the drop down arrow menu in the font size and select 36. So Home tab, Font Group, Font Size, select 36. Then deselect the text. And again, we're going to add your complete name as a watermark for this document. So what we're going to do is let's go to your page layout, select page background group, and then watermark. In our menu, we're going to select custom watermark, and in our printed watermark dialog box, select text watermark. And for the text, we're going to key in our complete name. And of course, we're going to select font size as 36 and diagonal. Select the color for our watermark as standard color, red, and then click OK. Next, instruction number 12, save and close the document. So let's press Ctrl S in our keyboard and then close button to close our document. We are done with your project 3-2. Let's proceed with project 3-3. Creating a flyer. The Grand Street Coffee has decided to install a wireless internet service for the customer to announce the news. Create a flyer for distribution in a coffee shop. And of course, we're going to open the wireless document from our data file. So let's go to our data files and then open wireless document. Click Enable Editing so that we can modify the content of the document. Next, instruction number 2. We are going to save the document as Wi-Fi in the word processing project folder in our document library. And of course, we're going to format the document according to the illustration, just like this one. So let's go to our document and let's go to File and select Save As. We're going to save this as Wi-Fi. And we're going to save this in our word processing project and click. Next, we are going to format the document according to the illustration. So we're going to start with these 4 lines of text: sip, surf, work, and Wi-Fi is here. So we're going to select this and change the font to Arial Black and size 48. So let's go to Home tab, Font Group, Arial Black, font size 48. Next, we're going to select the Grand Street Coffee Shop and set as bold. We're going to select the paragraph and change the font to Calibre, size 20 points. So let's select all this entire paragraph, and let's change this into Calibre, size 20 points. Next, we're going to select the succeeding paragraph, and we're going to change the font to Calibre and size 12. So, Home tab, Font Group, font Calibre, size 12. Next, we're going to select the last one, and we're going to change the font to Calibre and size 14 and bold. So let's go to Home tab, Font Group, Calibre, size 14 and bold. Next, we're going to add our watermark for the document. So let's go to Page Layout Group, Page Background, Watermark, Custom Watermark. Next is Text Watermark. For the text watermark, we're going to use text as we're going to key in our complete name for the watermark. Please use your own name. And of course, we're going to select the color as standard red and size 36. And then click OK. Next, instruction number 4, save and close the file or the document. So let's go to Quick Access Toolbar, click Save, and then Close button. We are through with your Project 3-3, creating a flyer. Let's proceed with your Project 3-4, formatting and nutritional information. Customers of the Grand Street Coffee Shop have asked about the nutritional makeup of some of the blended coffee items on the menu. Format a document you can post or make available for customer to take with them. So let's get ready and launch Word if it is not already running. And of course, we're going to open nutrition info from our data files for this lesson. Let's go to our data files, select nutrition info, right click, and then select open. Do not forget to click enable content so that we can modify the document. Okay, instruction number 2, save the document as nutrition in a word processing project folder in your document library or in your USB flash drive. So what we're going to do is, let's go to your file tab and then save as, and save this as nutrition, and select our word processing project folder and click save. Instruction number 3, select Grand Street Coffee Shop. So we're going to select the Grand Street Coffee Shop, and on the font menu, click Juice ITC. So in our Home tab, font menu, we're going to select Juice ITC. Next, instruction number 4. With the text still selected, change the font size to 28. So, font size 28. Click the font color menu and select dark blue in the standard color section. So while the text is selected, let's go to your font color, then blue in our standard, dark blue in our standard colors. Next, instruction number 6, select nutritional information. In the font group, click the dialog box launcher. So let's go to your home tab, font group, dialog box launcher. In the effects section, click small caps. So effects, small caps. And change the font size to 12 and the font color to dark blue. So font size is 12, font color is dark blue. And then click OK. Instruction number 8, select brewed coffee, cafe latte, cafe mocha, cappuccino, and white chocolate mocha. So we're going to select brewed coffee, cafe latte, cafe mocha, cappuccino, and white chocolate mocha. Then click the font dialog box launcher again. So let's go to home tab, font group, dialog box launcher. Then click all caps box. So we're going to go to effects, then select all caps. Change the font size into 12. Make the text bold and italic at the same time. So we're going to select bold italic in the font style menu. And change the font color to dark blue and click OK. So let's go to font color, standard colors, dark blue, click OK. Instruction number 9, select the 3 lines of text under the brewed coffee. So we're going to select these 3 lines of text under our brewed coffee heading and click italic on the font group. So home tab, font, and then italic. Use the format painter copy the format of the text under each heading. So what we're going to do is, while the text is selected, let's go to home tab, clipboard group, and format painter. So while the format painter is active, our pointer will change into a brush, and we're going to brush this in the selected text to be format, and then let go. Again, we're going to repeat the same process. So while the text is selected, let's go to home tab, clipboard group, format painter, and then brush the format to be copied in our text. Again, while the text is selected, go home tab, clipboard group, format painter, and then brush the format to be copied in our selected text. And we have the last one. So while selected, click format painter in our home tab, clipboard group, and then brush to copy the format of our selected text. And of course, before we close our document, let's go to your page layout group, page background, watermark, custom watermark. Then in our dialog box, select text watermark. For the text, you have to key in your complete name. And then for the size, you're going to select 36. And of course, color standard red, and click OK. Instruction number 10, save and close the file. So we're going to press Ctrl S in our keyboard, and of course Alt F4 to close our document. We are through with your project 3-4. Let's proceed with your project 3-5, formatting a resume. Your friend Mike asked you to help him with his resume. Format the resume so that it looks like professional. So let's get ready and launch Word if it's not already running. And instruction number 1, open the resume from the data files for this lesson. So let's go to our data files, select resume, right click and then open. Do not forget to click enable button so that we can modify the document. Next, instruction number 2, save the document as MZ resume in the word processing project folder in your document library or in our flash drive. So let's go to your file tab, save as, then we're going to save this as MZ resume in a word processing project folder, and then click save. Next, before we proceed to our third instruction, let's go to your review and then review tab, then tracking group, then click enable track changes. So you will know that this button is enabled if it turns yellow compared to the rest of the command buttons. So this features allows you to track changes that you create in your document. So in our final, to display the review, just select Final Show Markup. And let's go back to your Home tab. Instruction number 3, format the resume to the following specification. Format Mike's name with Cambria, 24 point and bold. So we're going to select Michael J. Subiri, and we're going to format this as Cambria 24 and of course bold. Okay. So our track changes is enabled. So we're going to go to review, and then in our display review, we're just going to show final. Next, change his address, phone, and email information to Times New Roman and 9 point. So we're going to select the address and the contact information of Mike. Then let's go to Home tab and change this into Times New Roman, and the size is 9 point. Next, change the main headings by bolding and italicizing. So, the main headings are this one. So, we're going to bold and italize and change the font to Cambria to the size of 16. So, these are the main headings. So, we're going to bold. So, let's go to home tab, font group, then bold. Then we're going also to italize it, so we're going to click italic button. Next, we're going to format the font size into 16. Now we're going to copy this format to all the main headings of each paragraph. So to do this, we're going, while the text is selected, let's go to Home tab, Clipboard Group, Format Painter. So let's wait for, while the Format Painter is activated, our pointer will turn into a brush, and we're going to brush it in our intended text to be format. So just like this one, and let go. So the same process, while the text is selected, click Format Painter in your clipboard group, and then brush the copied format in the main headings of the application or the resume. So let go. So that's it. Next, for job titles, apply Times New Roman, 12 points, small caps, and bold. So we're going to select this job title for this, so professional experience. So we're going to select the controller, financial analyst, and of course, staff accountant. We're going to launch our font dialog box, so let's go to Home tab, Font Group, Dialog Box Launcher. And then we're going to format the job titles as Times New Roman. So we're going to select Times New Roman. Or we can directly type it in our text box. Then select Times New Roman. 12 point, and of course small caps. So in our effects, select small caps and then click OK. Next, italize the sentence or sentences before the bulleted list. So we're going to select all the sentences before the bulleted list. So to do the multiple selection, select the first sentence, then press Ctrl in your keyboard, then select the next sentence. So pressing Ctrl key and selecting using your cursor allows you to create or to select multiple items in your document. Next, we're going to go to our Home tab and click Font Group, then Italic. Now, before we close our file, let's go to your Page Layout group, Page Background, Watermark, Custom Watermark, next Text Watermark, and for the text, we're going to use your complete name. And for the font size, we're going to select 36. For the color is red, standard color red, and then click OK. So before we close our document, we're going to go back to our Review tab, and in our Tracking group, in a Display for Review, so we can select Original and Show Markup. Okay. So if we're going to do that, we are shown with the original text of our document, and of course all of the formatting or changes that we created in this particular period. So these are, in our work area, are the original text or the original format of the document, and of course in the right side are the balloons that shows us the kinds of format we do in our document. So to hide this, all you have to do is go again to your display for review and just select final, so that all we can see in our document is the final output of the document. And of course, students, if we're going to do this, click display review, then show markup. All of these markup are printable, so which means that you can print this out if you wanted to have a copy or hard copy of the changes that you made in our document. But for our project, we're just going to select final. And that's it. So instruction number 4, save and close the file. So what we're going to do is press Ctrl S in our keyboard and Alt F4 to close the document. So we are through with your project 3-5. Let's proceed with your project 3-6, formatting references. So your friend might like your work on his resume so much that he asked you to format his reference list with the same design as his resume. So let's get ready and launch Word if it's not already running. And then open references from the data files for this lesson. So let's run our MS Word. Then let's go to File, then click Open. So we're going to locate our project 3 data files, and we're going to select References, and then click Open. Next, we're going to click Enable Content so that we can modify the document. So instruction number 2, we're going to save the document as MZ reference in the word processing project folder in your document library or USB flash drive. So let's go to File and then Save As button. Next, we're going to save this as MZ reference in our word processing project folder and just click Save. Next, open MZ resume from the data files for this lesson. So again, let's go to File, Open, and we're going to select MZ resume, then click Open. Okay, let's go to Review Type and select Final in our tracking group. Instruction number 4, view the document side by side and compare the font style sizes and attributes of the both. So to do this, let's go to View Group of the MZ resume, and then let's go to Window. To view the document side by side, let's go to View tab, Window Group, then click View Side by Side. So now we can view our two documents, MZ resume and MZ reference, at the same time. Now we are asked to compare the font style, size, and attributes of the both, then update the MZ references document by changing the font style, size, and attributes to match those in MZ resume document. Okay, so before that, let's go to your Review Group, Review tab, and Tracking, Enable Tracking, and just select Final. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we're going to compare the data from our MZ resume to our MZ reference. And whatever changes we're going to make in our MZ reference is based on this previous document. So basically, we're just going to copy the format of the character of the text found in our original document. So first we're going to copy the format. So to do this, let's go with your MZ resume, home tab. Then let's start with Michael J. Subiri. So to copy the format again, so let's go to home, clipboard group, and then format painter. Then let's go to your MZ reference and then paste the format. So it's very useful to use format painter instead of doing it one by one. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the same or do the same with the contact information of MZ. So what we're going to do is that select the text that we wanted to copy the format and then click the format painter in our home tab clipboard group and then paste the format in our document, just like this one. Next, we're going to copy the job description. So for the job description is this one. Let's say for example controller. So select the controller, home tab, clipboard group, format painter. Then let's go to our document. So while the text is selected, home tab, format painter, home tab, format painter. Okay, and of course the heading. So for the heading, we're going to copy this one. So summary of qualification, home tab, clipboard group, format painter, references, paste. Next, each of the subheading is or the name of the person. Subheadings. Okay. So after double checking, we are able to completely copy the format of our MZ resume document to our MZ reference document. So we don't need this one anymore, so we can close this document. And for our document, we're going to add again your watermark. So let's do this. Let's go to page layout, page background, watermark, custom watermark, text watermark, text. We're going to key in our complete name for this project. So again, use your complete name. And of course, we're going to select the size for 36. And the color standard red. Click OK. Next, instruction number 5, save the document and close the file. So let's go to your quick access toolbar, press save button and then close document. So we are through with your project 3-6 formatting reference. So let's check your final output for this project. So let's go to our word processing project. For your project 3 for this lesson, character formatting, you have the following expected output that you are going to submit. So we have your MZ references, MZ resume, nutrition, sales_letter, volunteers, and of course, Wi-Fi. And that's it, students, for your laboratory activity for this lesson 3, character formatting. And see you again in our next project.